Welcome to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. The ACIO has a long history of helping humanity from the deep recesses of time. This is the first time the ACIO has become available to the public, aside from an earlier visitation by their 15th Division, the Wingmakers. Peter the Insider, originally from Slovakia, is the director of their 12th Division, and Jessica Arael Marrocco is in Cicada 3301, their 6th Division. Together, they provide intel, insights on current events, a deeper perspective on aliens and UFOs, super soldier missions with Unit 374 in the MURG, and news relevant for disclosure. Don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our latest intel and post any questions and comments below.
I met Brian nearly a year ago, and we met under not so pleasant circumstances in the beginning. So some of our conversations were, I won't say heated, but there was definitely a lot of emotion and things that were coming up. And during that time is when I became very aware of his abilities. Observing when he was doing certain things, it was literally going through dimensions with an outcome that we had certain circumstances occur. And I knew right away that he had these abilities. I couldn't really talk to him about it because there were other issues that were happening at the time. But he had asked me to speak with Peter, and I of course, I know he deserves to speak to Peter, despite some differences that might have come up. And I feel like, certain things that have happened within these communities, or what they perceive as communities, that have caused divisions and other things where some people actually need the help. They really are getting maybe half their information or misdirected information. And I do feel bad about it. I'd like to try to amend some of that if I can. But in the same token, we do want to feel like we have a level of respect. And I think respect should be mutual amongst parties. So I don't want to get into a whole big thing other than I'm glad that we talked to Brian, because he has a strong contribution to what's been going on. And you can see that there's a really good conversation that comes out of it. So one of the things that I saw that he was able to do is to reach beyond dimensions. And that happens a lot of times through emotions. And so just a little note for people that be mindful. If you are a super soldier, you are very active in doing things, try to get control of your emotions and really get your information before you get really angry at people. And it's not necessarily directed at the person that you're talking to. Sometimes it can impact a bunch of innocent people in the process. So with that said, let's listen to the conversation.
Way, if you know what you are trying to say.
Oh yeah. I organize a disclosure conference, so I'm kind of familiar with the material. And is it okay if I record this, or is it recording?
Oh, yes, Jessica is recording it for your purposes. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like this. I have a very philosophical Dolores Cannon kind of viewpoint of like we've all lived multiple past lives. We've all been abused and have abused, been eaten and been eaten, killed and have killed, or all that. And so, I'm philosophical that if I was under Preston Nichols or Colonel Aquino for a while, that I was put through what everyone else was, and my consolation is
that's correct, because so many people, I will say something to them, okay? And they get crazy at me because they don't like what they will hear, okay?
I
And
understand
this
that.
is what I just want to make it clear, that I am not making things up. I am
No, I
just
understand. I understand.
reading the things, because so many people, they don't get it for whatever reason, and they said very nasty things about me afterwards.
I understand, Peter.
Yeah.
I've seen
Okay.
that. People can get upset about recall and traumas that they may not have dealt with.
And the
Yeah.
thing is, so many people, pardon me, so many people, like, how are like that. How in the world I can, is it possible I cannot remember, and on and on and on. And the thing is, it is like, you know, this kind of stuff, just barely scratching the surface. And I said, I asked those people, do you really want to remember the nasty stuff they did to you, and they force you to do to another people? Are you ready for that? And those people say, no. You know, it's like it is like opening Pandora's box. Who the
Yeah,
hell knows
yeah, that's a
what's
Pandora's
inside?
box. It's definitely, yeah. If there's a Pandora's box right now, that's unlocking memories like 20 and backs or 60 and backs. But I understand, Peter. I mean, there's dreams I can't remember from the other night, right? Much less years ago, much less things that I even like fun adventures and times I've had on vacations while drunk. So I can imagine, you know, uh, throw in mind control, psychotropic drugs, and high tech. It's
Yeah,
not.
yes, you are very right. You are
Yeah.
very right. I just want to let this to know, like, let's say, be prepared. I will say this saying, okay? Hope for best, be prepared for worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite sayings. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first. Oh my God, once again, we've got many clients with this. As a 3 days old, you being 3 days old, you was taken from the hospital as a small little baby, and 1.5 step, because we are in ACIO, we are mostly talking about 20 years, like one time step, okay? And this is it. Re-age means making older. De-age, making younger. And this is kind of dilemma, because this doesn't make any sense. Some sort of, okay? You was, or supposed to be, my bad. According to the official stuff you have in the birth certificate, 75, okay? The problem is, being born in 45, because technically at that time in 75 you was 30 years old, so they made some sort of lifespan, but it's kind of weird, and I mean very weird, okay? And there is another problem. You was in the Wall Rider Corps, if you know what is Wall Rider. I don't know. Okay,
I've
you
seen on
know.
the
You
ACIO
know.
website. I've seen on the ACIO website about the wall rider and the types of experiments that the one doctor was doing in regards to this kind of negative super being.
Very negative super being. Pretty much, it is not a
Yeah.
being. Let's say is a let's call it conscious being. It is some sort of spirit, like, let's say, collective spirit. And this doctor, he was literally mad scientist. It's not like quotes mad scientist, like eccentric scientist. He was literally mad. I mean, like being fool, okay? Sasha Murkov. I will say what is Sasha. It is not normal name, like standard name. It is like if you will have William in English, And here you will say slang, Bill, okay? And Sasha, it's shorter version in Russian of Alexander. And they banned him from Soviet Union because his experiments were way too edgy even for Soviet states. What is absolutely crazy, just by the way. And nobody wants to cooperate with him because he was literally crazy. I mean it crazy, okay? Except 3 people. Karl, Rudolf, and Wilhelm Wernicke. And those 3 brothers were first-handed cousins of also called Angel of Death, Joseph Mengele. Just by the way, you are muted, Brian.
Oh, you know, I'm listening along. I know that Joseph Mengele made it into the secret space programs through Paperclip, and a lot of people
yes,
knew.
he was involved in Project Paperclip. You are right.
Yeah, they knew him as one of the Dr. Greens, but apparently there are multiple Nazi-type doctors running around as Dr. Green.
What is absolute bullshit, because Dr. Green never exists as a person. It is just a alias, nickname. Yeah. You get it. So first things first. You were... What? Give me a second, this is crazy. Give me a second, this is crazy. Okay, now it makes sense. So they made you from 3 days old to 3 years old in order to test if you will be, quotes, no offense, they are writing it here, test subject, approved test subject for War Rider. You passed. Your not you. Your conscious passed. Like, okay, no problem. Because they were crazy. They never talked about people as, quotes, people, but test subjects. They are foolish, or they were foolish. And you passed. Once again, normal time flow, no problem. 1978. Okay, then somehow they reversed time to 75, being 3 days old again, and they made you to born to 1945. Now, oh my God, no. Again, they gave you this crystal. The crystal looks like a ball, approximately 1 inch in diameter, like, let's say, kaleidoscope-ish ball. It is see-through. You can see through it. It is like agate, opals, all kind of those, like, you know, rare stones and everything. And it was like a necklace. And he was just a child, so who the heck you didn't knew. And that was your, quotes, time machine. But problem is, just a stupid parallel. I'm just giving easy parallels. Something like, for them, like GPS, in order to maneuver, because you was maneuvering in time and space, okay? But they can easily lost you. With this necklace, no. It is like, okay, we can grab you. If
Now, Peter, I have to ask: is this like a physical thing, like a golf ball size?
No, it's physical.
Or
that's
is it like
the problem.
astral, or is it like etheric? So my parents aren't going to see it, because otherwise.
No. Give me a second. This is the problem. You cannot see it. You cannot feel it. In our world, you cannot. Do you know what is crazy?
It's etheric.
Yes, etheric. I mean, that's the problem. Yes or no, and that's the problem. With special light, as you have UV light or something, if they will see I mean, just make on you. Those people will see it. You know, like blood and everything.
It'll show up. People with the right light, or they can see the right spectrum. They can see it if they're
Yes.
with the third eye open. People can see Sasquatch. People can see spirit beings and shadow creatures and all that. They can see it.
Or those what they are, boogeymans and all kind of those people. I mean, beings. Yes, you got the essence. Yes, this is it. So technically etheric. Yes, we as normal people, we cannot see it. We cannot, as you said, grab it literally. No. And the thing is, why? Because they've been like, okay, no problem. If this guy will be fitted for this stuff, we need to make revolution in Iran. It wasn't Iran, just by the way, it was Persia. At that time, it was only Persia.
This is 1979.
You nailed it. This operation, top secret operation. Everything went good except one thing. You with your team, everything went as it should. Instead, people, aka people in HQ, headquarters, during the mission, they choose that you failed, aka you didn't fail. They during the mission, they changed the plan. It is fucked up, and they got you on code 64, aka Ghost Protocol. That means we didn't do anything. Shit, no, this is not our work. And they left you in Iran. I mean, technically, no, not Iran. It was Persia at that time.
Peter, what team was this? What military? US?
It was SAD. Special Air. Jesus, what it is. SAD. Special Activities Division. So it is pretty much
But for the U.S. or for
the military unit, which cannot operate. They are top secret, and they cannot operate nothing at all. Only once CIA got them. Like, do you want to work? Okay, no problem. This is the job. And then they screwed you in the fucking battlefield. And this is bullshit. I mean, was bullshit. Just by the way, you are muted. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying, none of this would surprise me that this is how they operate. This is modus. Like, you mean they'd screw an agent and ditch him in the field and then just ghost him? No way. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Especially during an Iranian Revolution type situation.
No, but it is bullshit because technically it is not you failed because of something, circumstances and crap, or maybe poor preparation, bad tactics or something.
It went south. It went south, and they washed their hands.
Exactly. But
of collateral damage, and then any other operative in the field.
But give me a second. This is what pisses me off. It wasn't because of your fault or your team's fault, or I don't know, like unpredictable circumstances or what so forth, okay? No. They pretty much, like, quotes, made another deal with another partnership. And I was like, what the fuck?
Peter, did you clarify, is he an American or is he, for which team is he?
For US.
For US.
Yeah. And just by the way, this is the time when we met. First time.
Oh, you're saying you met Brian on the field?
this site. I like this site. You are looking at.
I mean, it's like you got to understand, guys. Two of my housemates and business partners for a while, months on end, were having concurrent dreams of us all together, and my wife, and our one dog, Winnie the Wonder Dog, who was my daughter in that life, in the Orion Wars, fighting the Black Goo, flying around on my giant mothership with like a detachable away craft, like in Star Trek or something. And then it ended the same way, the same day, their dreams, and then you can speak to them and they have recall of that lifetime that we all had together. And I'm like, that's cool. And I'm just like memorizing everything that they tell me as I grill them. And I'm like, someday we'll turn this into like a novel or a comic book, maybe like a movie, because it's so great, but it'll be science fiction. But it's like, so I'm kind of used to people having all this like wild stuff that I'm involved in and recalls of me in all these wild situations. And I'm like,
and there is only one problem. There is only one problem, because it was undercover. It was undercover, okay? They, instead of that, and this is like this, those are jackasses, okay? They are jackasses.
yeah.
And please don't take it as an offense. But they were like, hey, guys, this is fucked up. Why the heck don't you use it? I mean, misuse it maybe. Let's say, let's call it as it is, misuse it, okay? And they made the Chinese papers like instructions, because you have Chinese descendants, okay? And the
So
whole shit was...
they made me look like a Chinese operative and then ghosted me. This guy is
no, give me a second. The part of it was written in Chinese, and I can speak Mandarin. And I was like, okay, if they want to make a foul play, like it is like, okay, we screwed it. They even should have someone who can properly translate it to fucking Chinese, because there were mistakes. And not grammatical mistakes, like essential mistakes, if you know what I'm trying to say. Essential mistakes in meaning or something like that. Instructions. And I'm like, what? And now I was just thinking, okay, Brian Tseng, and I was like, this is not okay. And then I can see that in 1945, and you was born, okay, they will kill me, in Wuhan, the same fucking city, they sprayed out the COVID.
Wuhan?
Yeah, give me a second. You wasn't born there, but official papers were like that.
Oh, so for that agent, they set it up right.
Yeah, set up. It was fucking set up.
Was I in a clone body? Was I in this body? Like, how was I consciousness transferred into a clone body?
It's easy, Brian. No matter. Forget about you, how you looks like. Important is only your consciousness.
Right.
It is like if you are super soldier, ultra soldier, like licked soldier body. No, everything can look different. Even just by the way, you can have different gender. And I'm not kidding you. Opposite gender.
Oh, I know. There's a lot of dysphoria, gender dysphoria in our community, probably because of this. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, it is so stupid. I mean, if you want to make a foul play, just go.
It was a clumsy attempt to cover their tracks with nonsense instructions in Mandarin, and so it's kind of like it's a clumsy red herring attempt.
Because it was like, let's say, there were essential problems, or it was like, aha, Chinese, they are that stupid that they don't, they are not able to, quote, properly speak and write English. I mean, maybe they wanted to look like that. Do you know
Well, you're
what I
not, well, the whole thing is that if I'm in Iranian territory, you're not exactly expecting them to have a Mandarin Chinese linguist / military intelligence expert on hand.
This is exactly what I am talking about.
So
And
they're
this,
lazy. They're lazy. And then at the point where they ditch me in Iran and I'm in enemy hands, then what happens to me? Like, I'm not more valuable to the programs than
and
like
this is,
being
give me a
caught
second,
by like the
give me a
Iranian.
second. This is it. When the plot thickens, okay? Because there is something what is so crazy. Bam, and all the fucking time, cyberpunk. 2000, not 77, but 2075. Okay? So once again, your year of birth, okay?
So they transfer me out, and I'm on like increments of like that 75 octave.
You wrote extensive report from the future, far future. Once again, 2075. What happened? And fact that Iranians, okay, Persians, screw that, pretty much started nuke war.
But like there's the Ayatollah.
Ayatollah, and that was actually the reason why they killed or just throw the regime up with Ayatollah. You know, yeah, this is it.
Because they didn't want the leftist student Iranian student groups to rise up and put in a socialist communist regime. So instead, they went with a super far right extremist Ayatollah Khomeini type regime.
Give me a second. This is let's say you are, with all the respect to you are looking at it as from political stuff. No.
Some 3D Matrix. I'm not talking like the Stargates that they wanted access to and dirty dealings that they're cutting with like more demonic, archonic worshipping groups.
Okay. Now I know what you are trying to say. Okay, but you wrote extremely complicated, complex, and extensive report. What will happen? And that is the reason why they freed you, like why they left you away from Iran. Because you wrote what will happen in 2075, my bad. Why?
So I gave them helpful information.
Yes, because everything will be thrown up. It will be like combination of cyberpunk game, like metro game, like nuke world, nuke winter, like, you know, everything like, you know, temperatures below 0, I mean Celsius or something like that. Crops, low people low on food and everything, living underground because of radiation.
From the future, I got to memorize a lot of the timeline and then go back to that time and then give them support.
Not like that. Not memorize. You was in the middle of this ball. I'm calling it ball because look how we as a stupid people, no offense, but I'm saying like normal people, how we look at the time. Time is for us just a line, one line. We have point, okay? It is us right here, right now. In the left, it is the past. In the right, it is future, it will be. No, forget about this. This is very stupid, very easy. No.
Because the quantum timeline shifting that ball along that timeline can corkscrew and jump around anywhere.
Yes, because I will tell you how, quote, time works. Like, look at, for example, you being in very comfy chair, okay? And there are, I'm calling them needles or noodles, right? And all of these needles or noodles represents any sort of type of timeline, or I am calling it, as we are calling it in our shows with Jessica, context of existence. And you just type in this imaginary computer, okay, I need to this, I need to this, I need to this. And this ball will just orient this specific timeline towards you. You will pick it up with your thumb and pointing finger, and you will just pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, and it will throw you. It will throw you. My bad. It will suck you to this. Yeah, exactly. And this is how it works. But forget about one. There are millions, billions, trillions of them, and they are and they are constantly, okay?
It's a quantum surf of reality. Of the
and the stuff is, you just was like, okay, what the heck is going on? Because you was in 79, okay? Then something happened. You was like kicked out, because I can see it here in your files. You was kicked out. No, like, you know, like something happened, I don't know, like sonic boom, you know, of the jet fighter or something like that. You passed out for a certain amount of time, and you woke up, it was like, what the fuck is that? And everything was thrown up, as I said, like thrown upside down, like as I said, cyberpunk scenario, metro scenario.
Oh, like I was shot into another timeline, like quantum leap.
Exactly, without a warning, without any single warning. And then it was like, oh my God. And you just slowly walked. You use certain type of vehicles unknown to us, and you gained very precisely intel. You recorded stories, what people went through. You made very extensive research, scientific research. You made tons of photographs, as I said, audio recordings, video footages, everything. And as you just showed this to Iranians, they were like, what the fuck? No, just get the heck out of our country. So
because they realized I was too hot an asset to keep in their hands, and didn't want they didn't want my people coming for them in a wrong way.
Yeah, pretty much, as you said.
Well, think about it this way, Brian. This is what Peter goes through. He's coming, he has knowledge of the future, and they reject it. It's the same thing.
Because
but I'm only giving knowledge of the future from a possible timeline, right? The idea of me bringing back information from that future timeline so that we can shift it to a better timeline.
They were already in that. They were already in that action.
This is exactly it. Because look, they rejected it, and I will tell you why. This is not what will really happen, but as you said, Brian, one of many possible timelines. Problem is, you told them, who the heck, or the people they was responsible. Hey guys, yes, hey guys, if we will do this, if we will do that, really nasty things will happen. We wanna get this happened. No.
No. So the full disclosure movements.
And despite of that, 3 Mile Island happened. Okay, it was 79 or something like that.
Yeah, 3 Mile Island with a cracked nuclear core.
Yes. Despite that, they made crazy experiment of Chernobyl. I will tell you why it is not. Let's say it is presented as
a nuclear wasteland, but in reality, they're doing all sorts of crazy shit, and there's all sorts of
I
genetic
will tell you why
wildlife
it's
running
so
around.
important, Brian, and why it was for Soviets. We as a Slavic people, I am Slavic too. Most of the people, they are not Slavic, has RH factor, either plus or minus. Vast majority of Slavic people, approximately 80 to 90%, we have RHX, aka we lack RH factor. And despite approximately 350 people were moved away from irradiated zone, this is bullshit. Because so many people, they are still living in heavily irradiated zone and they have no single problem, no cancer, no nothing. And this is because they have DUMB, not as being stupid, you know, deep underground military base, not so far away from Chernobyl power plant, and
Yeah,
it is still working. It is still working despite the war. It's fucked up, man. And it was huge stuff. And you warned people in America, don't do any shit. They will do it. And you wasn't able to say exact year. You gave the years like 60. Give me a second. Between 63 to 60. 63, I'm crazy. 83 to 87, 88. So you wasn't able to exactly determine the year of experiment. And it happened just in between, 86. It is absolutely crazy. And despite of that, they made 3 Mile Island the same fucking experiment. And that was Slavic community. There was Slavic community. This is fucked up, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up. They're Nazis.
Yeah, because this is what? Eugenics, pretty much. Eugenics, pretty much. Yeah. So this is like you was traveling. I mean, time traveling here and there and there and here. You know, it is important. Ooh, this is interesting. And then, and then you was pretty much in year 4,275. Jesus Christ. Far future. What happened? Okay. So in this year, pain in the ass. So this year, Zetas were here, and Zetas, we are calling them short or small grays. They are like 4 feet, you know the story, 4 feet.
Yeah, the Zeta Grays, like maybe the Zeta Reticulans in particular.
Yes, you get it. They are goddamn, they are hostile. They believe that they can conquer everything. It is like, okay, this is our stuff, if you know what I mean. No, absolutely, let's say, they don't care. It is.
These are the pest grays, not the cool grays, which there are some. But these are the parasitic type grays who are trying to mess with timelines for their own purpose. So they're trying to like use certain people even right now to push this transhumanism timeline.
You are right, and pretty much. You met Nikola Tesla, and Nikola Tesla sent you to the future, Jesus Christ. In 1925. This is absolutely crazy.
I got to meet Tesla?
No, you met Nikola Tesla because you was sent by Murkoff to 1925 in order to meet Nikola Tesla. And you just pull yourself away from Wall Rider. And pretty much you wasn't able to understood that you was in Wall Rider, because it is like, for example, okay, you are you, like how can I say it, like in your body, and you can see yourself in the mirror, for example, okay, and because you more Wall Rider is etheric, as you said, ethereal. A Wall Rider cannot see itself in the mirror. I'm just saying crap, okay? And you was goddamn scared. Because it is literally some sort of boogeyman. But boogeyman, you know, it is like, let's say, blackish stuff. And he is like greenish, blue-green something. Wall Rider, it looks like that. And he was goddamn scared.
It's pretty scary. So are you saying that I'm somehow attached or quantum entangled with this Wall Rider being?
You was, give me a second, you was, because then, as you was, give me a second, you met Nikola Tesla in 1925, because I don't know, there are years here and there and there and here, crazy amounts of years when you was born, just by the way. And you was a lead pilot in Second World War, just by the way, okay. And it was in the Pearl Harbor and all kind of those stuff. He was just 17, because you know they needed the no. You even wasn't 17, Jesus Christ. You was like 16, 8 months. 9 months, 8 months, something like it. And now once you join a Second World War and all kind of that stuff. But what is important, you was heavily involved in a war in Korea and Vietnam, both of those wars. And you somehow ended up encountering Project Rainbow. You maybe don't know what Project Rainbow is, but once I will tell you Agent Orange. Do you know what is Agent Orange?
Oh yeah. Yes, yeah, I've heard of that for sure.
Yes, and this is I'm saying a Project Rainbow because as Agent Orange, it is like agent and all kind of the colors of the rainbow, and it was biochemical weapon.
Ugh, that's the worst. It's okay. So it wasn't just orange, it had like an agent purple and an agent green. You're just dumping this on people.
Yes, but give me a second. Why they were so afraid? My bad. In HQ. Because you was the only one who wasn't affected. You was directly with no protection, sprayed by this shit. And there was no burnings, no, how can I say it? It is extensive report, like no problems with breathing and on and on and on. So it will be like nothing happened to you, okay? And based of that, there was this doctor with this obviously very, and I mean very suspicious in the first place, because he was a scientist. He wasn't part of the military, okay? How in the world can doctor can have such sort of high level of security clearance, okay? And he was okay. This is him. And they were like, who? This is the order. And he had this A4 paper. Give me a second. 5, 6, like clipped, 6 pages A4, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is from Pentagon. Okay, forget it. Just gave him to this doctor." It was like the highest command they can possibly have to the wall.
Okay, it's like cosmic clearance, and they're like, okay,
Yeah,
let's turn them over
if
to
we
the
want, I'm calling it stratosphere, like you know, my you know, pretty much something like it.
But Peter, hold on. So that means that if he was able to not be affected by Agent Orange, then he became a test subject somewhere.
And this is what I'm about to say. This is about to say. This is what I was about to say. I mean, oh my God, he was in the Monarch base, and
no Monarch.
This is nasty. I don't want to go into nasty details.
Yeah, Monarch doesn't sound very fun.
I mean, technically, okay. I will tell you something. For example, I don't want to go into details because this is nasty in the first place. I don't. I mean, I will tell you something, okay. I am a soldier. I cannot get scared, but I have respect before something like that, and I don't believe, with all the respect to you, Brian, that civilians should even hear such a stuff like that, and not even see what.
Yeah, the worst is the experiments. It's crimes against humanity and creation.
There is no doubt about it. I mean, oh my fucking God. I mean, technically, you can be happy that it wasn't expected, okay. The problem is, and this is it, let's say two aspects, happy or not happy, because believe me, if you are a believer, you can thank God, Yahweh, Allah, whoever, Buddha. You cannot remember those experiments.
Okay, so I've been spared. I don't need to remember being tortured in horrible, gruesome, experimental ways. Yeah.
Yes. Or if you are not believer, you can thank fate, pretty much, destiny. I'm saying it as it is. I mean, this is what I'm seeing. I mean, man, sir, I am tough-headed, but this is not okay. This is not okay. Doing shit without.
May I ask, Peter? Was it more of like was it just like an experimental, physical, biochemical, neurological type nature, or was it also along like an occult?
Sir, 4-in-1: biochemical, neurotox, then it has muscular, then you have heart, but it is and genetic. But the worst thing is, even in the start of 70s, AI shit. So it is biochemical and technological warfare. It is fucked up, and I will not watch my language. This is fucked up.
And they were using me to somehow try to interface with this technology to achieve whatever they wanted to achieve, weaponize.
Yes, I mean, oh my God, this is not okay. No, I mean, you know, I'm just saying, as it is, I've been through rough stuff, but nobody in this world should see something like it.
So then they take your DNA and then they use it because they see that you have this superpower, essentially, that is immune to
genetically. You was genetically unique, because they were very selective for this, and they were doing what they were doing. No, I don't want to talk about it, because technically, I will tell you something, okay? I was, as commander-in-chief of extermination prison camp, Nazi in another reality, and in on US soil, and they made far worse shit And
So this, you lived in the man in the high tower or castle reality.
no, it was far worse reality.
Worse than that. Okay, yeah.
This is related to the Ukraine right now and the Sixth Reich that's happening right now.
And their Khazarian mafia.
Man, I will tell you something. I will tell you something.
And then that's like Monarch right there.
Yes, I will tell you something, Brian. This is, I mean, look, none of the people in the world should do like that. Oh my fucking God. I mean, I don't want to talk about it. This is, I mean, I will tell you something.
Well, then Peter, then just so I do have a question. I've been told that it's possible my father and I might have also had some relationship to the Montauk project where they might have.
Hey, stop! Where you know this from? I was about to say that. Hey, stop! Where you know this from? It's true.
For civilian level, I consider myself at a pretty high rating.
No, so stop! It's true. It's true. Stop! It's true. Because you was pretty much considering giving the link to the Montauk project. You was able to. They were calling it convince, okay, this entity is very slender, kind of shadow man. I don't want to say man or woman, shadow people, you know, and it can control tremendous amounts of people's minds, like some sort of collective consciousness.
Yeah, it's like a really powerful, mentally powerful SCP type creature.
Problem is this being, because pretty much she, whoever call it, is extraterrestrial and it very quickly got, okay, I can do this, I can do that. Long story short, it understood that it can misuse its own powers. And not you, but your father was the only one at the period of time, okay, who was able to. What is the name of your father?
Jack Tseng, or Jack Xiaonan Tseng. He was the founder of Tseng Labs Incorporated out of our basement, and he did so well revolutionizing the computer graphics field during the 80s and 90s on the IBM PC side of things to catch up with Apple, that the wealth he left behind to, you know, his wife and then the 3 idiot sons, I'm the eldest of which, that's what I've been spending into the full disclosure movement. And so I think that some of this might be timeline work to also maybe have helped position me to do this work.
You know what, Brian? Hold on a second, Peter, if you can. We worked with another woman, and she wanted to get an overview of all the activities in the ACIO records regarding her father and grandfather. And so instead of, we did her first, and then we did her.
So will it be okay for you?
We could do that. You
yeah,
want
I'd
to
come
do
back
that?
to another session. I mean, this information is invaluable. So,
Yeah.
So give me a second. And
I'm happy for you to broadcast this if this is for it to be public information.
It's entirely up to you. Some people,
no,
you know,
Brian, it is very easy. It is very easy. If you say yes, no problem. If you say yes, but with some sort of conditions, for example, not showing my face or changing voice and everything.
Yeah, no, we're way past that. I'm way past that in this community. It's fine. I'd rather have this be public record in full disclosure than, you know, I got nothing to hide. There's nothing in here I feel bad about.
Crazy. Why so many people were just traveling through the time? It's so crazy. They
a lot
met.
of time travelers. There's a lot of us quantum jump.
Yes.
Yeah, well, the similar stories with this crystal. It seems, I don't know who was handing out the crystal, but there's been multiple people who were given that crystal and being used for time travel. So when you said,
For
well,
good
the
or
program,
bad?
well, this is the whole thing. We don't really know yet, but what we do know is that that when you say, oh, the programs threw me out, there's many different things happening at once, so they're not all the same. So that's where people get confused, you know, like, oh, you know, I'm a soldier, but yeah, but they, you know, violated me in the My Labs. Well, the My Labs are separate. They're
I've got
a separate
multiple
entity.
factions that are trying to utilize me as an asset to whatever.
This is exactly how you
And
you get
but-
it, and you get it right. You get it right.
Yeah,
exactly.
hold on a second, Peter. So I just want to explain, because the community, this is where they have it all wrong, because there are people that have this, you know, huge groups about victims and people that have gone through stuff. They think it's all one. We've been saying it for years. It's not.
It's way more
But
complex.
for some reason, they can't get past that, and that limits their knowledge and understanding of what their experience was, because there's so much more. But it can't open up if you're stuck on that.
Jessica, and just
We know
and
who that is, right?
Yeah, and I know.
I, as a dog lover and making in K9 and all kind of that stuff in military and police, saying this, it's like, for example, we've got dog fighters. I mean, fighter races. No, we've got power dog breeds in the first place.
You mean Dogmen, the Dogmen breeding program?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm big on dogs. We have 10. So
Oh, that's nice.
it's just
That's nice.
some of the herd, the pack.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, that's nice. And I will tell you something. This is, for example, people they don't know so much on dogs. They are not so familiar. Bull breed, any type of bull breeds is pit bull, American pit bull terrier. Okay, it's bullshit. Or I don't know, Mastiff. They don't give a shit about, like, it's Italian Mastiff, what is Cane Corso, it's South African Mastiff, what is Boer Ball, and on and on and on and on. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like, for example, Fila Brasileiro, it's Brazilian Mastiff, and on, Tibetan Mastiff. No, none of this. It is way much more complex. It is complicated. And saying the dog, any sort of breed, oh my God, it killed, I don't know, it killed a cat. No, it's crazy heavily hurt people. It killed people. Is it just a problem of breed? Is it problem of equipment, of rig? Is it poor ownership? You've got tons of aspects, and you cannot say just one thing or two things and blame constantly.
Right. So you're saying that people are picking on, like, the pit bull when they're way oversimplifying all of the genetics and all the environmental factors.
Or maybe Cane Corso, they are watchdogs, like 24/7 non-stop.
Yeah, the guard dog breed.
Yeah, or for example, a Dogo Argentino. It's like looking and watching. And for example, you need to very well socialized dogs since puppy, and you need to say, okay, those guys are drunk. It's no problem, because it's drunk Uncle John. Do you know what I mean? No problem. He's scent. Just, okay, he's drunk, but this is his scent. Forget about it.
So there are things that can trigger a dog. So it's not necessarily.
Yes, it is like, but there will be another people. They are strangers. They are drunk, or they are high. I mean, they use drugs.
And the dog will freak out and eat their face.
Yes, and this dog is like, hey, get the fuck out of my property. This is my territory.
And the dog might see, like, a demonic attachment that we don't.
Yeah, and this is it, sir. You cannot make 1, 2, 3 aspects of the whole MyLab programs and everything. Let's say corporations, multinational corporations. No, military
SSP.
corporations.
Well then, Peter, I have to ask. Speaking of like what Jessica just said, was I part of these secret space programs at all? I mean, just time travel and potential Montauk and Wall Rider.
Program. I will say. Give me a second. Oh my God. Another project Serpo. This is crazy. I don't understand what is going on.
Project Serpo.
Oh my God.
Project Serpo, that's that ET world that's really hot.
It is not a friend of mine. No. It is either super hot, like being in Arabic countries, or super freezy, being in Alaska or in Siberia, in Russia. It was like 50, 70 degrees Celsius under zero, and it's crazy.
That's
Extremes,
poles, right?
extremes. They don't understand aliens like Emily. Not Emily, but A as what this A as first letter in the alphabet. Aliens. It is their, how can I say it, a name of their race. I think I should write it. Where the heck it is?
Yeah. Are these the Greys who this is the Grey beings who live on planet Serpo?
Yeah.
And they like the hot weather, right? So they stay towards the equator.
Please, not hot weather. Either super hot or extremely cold.
Oh, they like the cold. They can handle the cold too?
Yeah. Because they've got 12 genders, we've got 2 genders. They've got 12 genders and 24 races, because we've got what basic races, not like being in American US melting pot mixed people. But look, Caucasians, let's say white people in Europe.
So Peter, I have to ask, because I know the more officially leaked version or whatever is that they just took like 10 military personnel and then sent them over, and then brought them back 10 years later, and like 2 died and like 2 stayed, and then 4 came back or something like that.
This is official version, and I will say now, they are constantly changing people with aliens. Pretty much, they made, how can I say it, regular line.
An exchange program?
No, yeah. I don't want to say exchange. Let's say like you have airplane, and it's super long distance, and it's like aliens versus them, and they've got, once again, they've got 12 genders, we've got only 2, and we've got what, like 5 races: whites, in Europe, yellows pretty much in Asia. Then they've got black in Africa, and
but if I may, like, what's the purpose of the program? It's not like we're interbreeding. Our species are way too different, aren't we? So what's the point?
They want to know our planet, and we want to know their planet.
Okay, so that sounds like a scientific cultural exchange, but there's no.
I will tell you something. The problem is they don't like their planet because, and this is important, this is crazy, they don't understand their planet because they are like, why in the world should we live in, quotes, moderate climate? So their planet is big, okay? And problem is they are living somewhere on the poles, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say poles, but yes, poles, and then almost in the equator. And
yeah,
I don't know,
that's the hot and the cold, the polar ice caps, and then the hot equator, right?
Yeah, and the problem is like 70-80% of planet is unsettled, nothing. Because
so they get to learn about us, but then we might get to go over there too.
Exactly. So we've got
so there is a colonial expansion component.
Yes,
or it doesn't have to be colonial.
Like 4 or 5 races. They've got 24 races. We've got 2 genders, 2 sexes. They've got 12 sexes. It's crazy.
So may I ask, Peter, is there anything in my file about me being involved with the Galactic Federation and the Galactic Court system and any sort of ambassadorial or advisory?
Yeah, he pretty much was there in Intergalactic Council. Give me a second. Where it was. Okay. When people pretty much quotes, okay, when should be end of the world, aka it was absolute bullshit. We know it. It
The
was.
eschatologists.
I will tell you what it was about. Okay, the very end of the 5th and the very start of the 6th great solar circle according Mayan calendar. Okay, December 21st 2012, and you was there with small delegation. My bad, there on Intergalactic Council.
And this is like where I go in my sleep, and so it doesn't.
In other context of existence and everything and everything and everything. Problem is, they don't believe that we exist. I will tell you something, okay? Please try to hear, okay? We are on Earth, okay? Here, right and there. Do you really believe that we are looking into a universe? No. And I will tell you why. Because we are looking what happened millions and millions years ago, you know. So we are
the light. Yeah. The stars that we're seeing, many of them aren't there anymore, and new ones will have appeared.
Yeah. And the problem is, they were like, what? Earth? It's nonsense. What the heck you are doing here? You shouldn't be anymore. And he was like, I'm here. What's the problem? And that is the main part of the stuff. Let's say core of it. That it was clear setup in order that someone from the Intergalactic Council has interest either completely destroy Earth or destroy Earth as we know it. I mean, our not civilization.
Resets. You're talking they want to reset the experiment.
Reset, yeah.
Yeah, great reset and everything. And it is like, what? This civilization, they exist. They look at you, and it was like you as an Asian. One as a white people, do you know what I mean? One as a black people from Africa.
So we represented. So we basically represented to many groups who didn't necessarily realize the state that humanity is in, or achieved, or that have fallen to, however you want to put it.
And they look at you like, what the fuck? Like every single.
So what did they think when they saw us? Were they like, let's nuke these guys, or were they like, okay, these guys are okay?
It isn't written here, but let's say from the reaction, because it was CCTV footage. From the reaction, it was like, get the fuck out of here! You shouldn't be here, because it was like in a Noah and Arch, you know, like this huge ship in Bible, you know, and it was like you and your wife as an Asian, you know, one couple like being white, one couple being black, and all kind of that stuff. And you was there, and they were looking at you, staring at you like, huh? And they are from where? And it's like, planet Earth. And it's like, they shouldn't be here. So it was like literally some sort of contradiction or something, like, oh my goodness.
So if they wanted to hurt you, they could have, but they didn't. But can I just say something? Because I knew that you were involved with some things for a few different reasons. But one of the incidences when I ended up in the hospital, that I got hit really hard. In another reality, I was hit in the stomach with a laser, and Peter verified that.
Scalar stuff?
Very serious. Even though I had protection, it went right through it. And I ended up, having to have a surgery, and I'm laying in the emergency room, and they have this poster there. I swear to God, there was a picture that looked exactly like you in the poster. right? So that I get the surgery the next morning, and I had a nurse come in, and it looked just like Rob Khalil. And I'm like, I don't even understand what's going on here. And I said, this is the weirdest thing. And so, yeah, so and it was like a difficult time, but you could see the interweaving of things that happened. But we also had a conversation, I think it was late at night, and we were kind of going back and forth on a certain topic. And the area where I used to have this meditation class that was the topic of the subject of this Valeria, right? They literally had a shooting exactly at the time when we were having this discussion, and someone actually died. I don't know who these people were, but it was in that very town by that area. So I knew that there was this interdimensional thing that was happening. And I always thought it was really weird. And I never told you that part, but I thought you might find it interesting that this kind of thing is weaving around in time.
Yeah, it's why I guess I'm supposed to not get super angry and keep a hold of my temper, because you can ripple effect somehow. It's not good.
And you could be like Peter said, misused for something if they can get a hold of you, and we try to let warn people when they're involved with certain things that are getting them in trouble.
Yes, this is exactly what I said. Like people maybe get upset. It's like, don't shoot the messenger. It's like.
I mean, all this isn't. I've heard worse of things happening to people than being experimented on, I suppose. So, but in terms of Montauk, does it? Yeah, I mean, it puts you at wall rider, time travel, Project Serpo, SSP.
I mean, wall rider, being involved in wall rider and time traveling, it absolutely not surprised me at all. Like, two of them are very closely related, because it is like 3 days old. Don't ask me why exactly 3 days old. I am not a mad doctor, okay? I'm not. But they were doing it very closely for chosen, genetically somehow chosen, people. They chose them, and they re-aged, de-aged them multiple times, doing crazy.
Was I in Project Ibis as well?
Project Ibis is sub-project, according to our records, of sub-project of Monarch. And try to guess why. Because Ibis is this, what it is?
Stork,
this
like a.
Sorry, what?
Like a stork, a bird.
Yeah, like bird. And it has this crazy, long legs and everything.
Yeah.
And
Emmerman is part of that.
Yes, Monarch is involved in all crazy stuff. Monarch is involved in crazy stuff, and
are they being hunted down yet?
We're working on it. But
am I part of MURG at all?
The merge?
Merge, yeah.
Do you know that I was about to say that? Yeah. Monarch, Umbrella, Refugees group, MURG, call them as you like. And the thing is, I mean, this is because technically, this is crazy. So technically, you've been in another reality. Jesus Christ.
Peter, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as these files go, where am I on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of wildness right now? Am I
okay? Be serious, 10-10, and be not serious, 12-10.
Wow. Okay, so I'm pretty high up there.
No, you're the real deal. I mean, there's some people that are out there and they have some. I don't know where they're getting recalls, or some people. Not everyone has really legitimate, 100% legitimate information, but I knew you were real because I actually could see you operating in these other spaces, and not everyone can do that. Trust me.
Yes, this is.
I was saying that Draco Reed is the other one that's from the merge. So you
Oh, give me a second, and now I need to get. So technically, this is it, okay? We are calling it, and this is another. Give me a second. One time, you are dog man, okay? I mean dog, not dog, but dog lover man, okay? This is exactly the same shit. Pitbull, all bull breeds, right? It is bullshit to say black goo and not knowing it. Just because first quotes goo was black. No, it's bullshit. It can have all kind of variety of different colors.
Yeah, it started as gray goo back in the Orion Wars, I think, and then you got an
Yeah.
you got an earth
It was
black
some
goo
sort
that's
of
different from
grayish.
the-
You get it, right?
Yeah.
The problem is on this video. I need to say this. It is very high dense. It is like honey-ish something. And you made this mission, and there is this young woman. You are in small cell, and you said them, if this will happen, you need to kill me. And she look at you like terrified. There is no nothing because you was just with underwear, she too. And you showed her last tip of your, how it is, last like fifth finger on your left hand. Yeah. If you crack it like I did right now, there is poison. It will kill me within 5 or 10 seconds. And then she realized, no, I know what to do. And she got this weird thing. It is an ampulla, like small thing to eat.
An ampule.
Ampule, yeah. And what the heck is that? And there was this small can with water. Just drink it. Drink it. She yelled at it.
Oh, is it an antidote to black goo? Because
No. Give me a second. Give me a second. We will go there. And you start to throw like crazy. And there is this small ball. And with this small ball, it was extremely sharp, long, tiny wire, not of black, but of, I don't want to say red, but red vine, something like, or blood-ish color goo.
Like a red nanotech fibers.
Yeah, but not nano, forget nano, femto. It's X10 minus 15.
Right, beyond nano, yeah, femto.
Beyond, and you start to throw it, and she's like, hey, stop, it is fine. And it was like, it's not fine. And it is crazy. It was crazy fucking, what the fuck is that?
Like I threw up like a red venom.
How long is this video? What? For 1 fucking hour. Jesus Christ, how long is this wire? Jesus Christ.
I'm just throwing up a red wire.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Chloe too, didn't it?
Yes. My wife.
Right. She's merged.
She's merged too. And it is like this shit, this wire. It was just on and on and on and on to this ball. Just on and on and on and on and on to this ball.
Because it's distributed throughout my body, and now it's coming out.
Yes, and the ball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then and the ball just going to the walls and everything. And this girl just got it into her magic can. She is calling it magic can. It looks like a glass. I highly doubt so. And she just She just put it upside down, and she was like, look, don't touch it. And it has some sort of self-conscious or something like it. The ball. So you know it is AI, so it has some sort of self-conscious. Who the heck knows? Oh my goodness.
So do we know who or what put that there and what that was? Was that a negative red?
That must be from Monarch, right? Because that was a previous.
No, there is no doubt about it that it was Monarch shit.
That's like
The
wall
first
rider
things
crap.
first things first. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is Safi from video game. No. This is not okay, man.
So merge means that you were rescued from the Monarch or Umbrella Corporation.
Not Umbrella, forget Monarch, definitely.
But you know, yeah, but that's what merge stands for.
Yeah, my bad. My bad, yeah. Jesus Christ. I know. Because CCTV just moved after that. It is our DUMB in AZ, in Arizona. Military AB. DUMB. Oh my goodness. Oh.
So I've been at the Arizona Dome. I've heard I've been at Area 51 as well.
You are right.
And then I've heard my dad might have, like, in a breakaway civilization, might have helped design some kind of AI androids. And so Dr. Noonien Tseng from Star Trek might be loosely in some way based or related to my father, Jack Xiaonan Tseng.
Jesus, but this is so crazy. I mean, like, how long was this fucking wire? Just by the way, Chloe is with me again, just by the way. You know that, Jessica, or not?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Nope. Doing crap to Monarch.
Okay, well.
He was on the mission, you know, helping us.
So when Brian was rescued and Drago was rescued, were they rescued the same time that Chloe and
Safi and Maxine? Yeah, it was the same mission.
So when I talked
in 1995, when actually Chloe was born, it was so crazy. Jesus Christ, this is so fucking crazy.
So Peter, when I talked to Maxine and Chloe, was Brian and Drago there when I was talking to them when they first got freed?
Yep, it looks like that.
So you might have heard our conversation. Then they got wiped.
It looks they got completely mind wiped. It looks like that.
Yeah.
There is no other logical explanation of it.
I was trying to help them, and I had conversations, and there was a large group that were there.
Jesus Christ, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. I mean, man.
What's crazy, Peter?
I will tell you, okay? AI goo, let's call it goo because we can call it black goo for our internal purposes, okay? I will tell you why it is crazy, okay? Because if you have chips, aka implants, yeah, from certain parts of the body cannot be, but most times 80-90% of them can be removed. But if you have goo, black goo, call it black goo, okay? The thing is, it is everywhere. It is in the skin. It is on the tissues, in the bones, you know.
Yeah, because integrated into your cellular structure is best.
Yeah, but give me a second. Do you know how is it possible in your cellular structures, as you said? Do you know how it is possible only? how to remove all the goo, I will tell you. Only once they start to believe you are not valuable an asset enough for them, or the goo, your goo, will be disconnected from the whole network. Those are two only possible ways.
But
Not
that's a monarch.
med.
That's a monarch network, though.
This is Monarch network, and I will tell you something.
I mean, even a med bed couldn't remove it. That's pretty wild.
No, nothing. And I will tell you something, okay? Me as having goo, I had goo, okay? Had in the past. You can think, as I said, God, Ya Allah, Yahweh, who the heck, Buddha, who the hell no? Or maybe if you are not believer, then destiny and fate. You can think that you cannot remember how painful it is. It is goddamn fucking painful because you are throwing in the first place. What is bad? You vomiting is really bad shit. Doing it for first few hours continuously, just having 3 hour videos, 3 hours video, just doing it for you.
So there's a video of me throwing up red femtotech for an hour.
No,
somewhere.
I saw it in the full length because.
So there's a full. So it's longer than an hour.
Yeah, 3 hours.
3
Slightly
hours.
less than 3 hours. 2 hours 55 minutes in order to be more precise. Because I will tell you how it is, okay? This is huge database, and we cannot just load the whole database and have all the files. It is
my file would be pretty extensive, so you're getting access to sections of it at a time.
Exactly. You nailed it. You nailed it. You get it. You got it. Yes. And the thing is, it is like needles through all of your body, like extremely super sharp needles. It's like, oh my fucking god, hell no. No. Oh my god.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts like hell.
I've felt it.
And so this got removed from me, like maybe when I was with the MURG group because they wanted to cleanse me of it, or was
we helped you because you was like, okay, you helped us a lot, and we wasn't able because you was here and there as a member of a lead few units, and we were like, what the heck, where this guy is? And then we ended up like, okay, he was with Murkov. Now, I mean, not with, I mean, fighting for them, like misused by them, and that is the problem. Because it is like you are in the certain timeline, in another timeline, and you are here, you are not here. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
because I'm jumping around so many times and timelines and quantum densities, and
exactly.
but I'm being misused, and then it's obvious that I want to help, and then
exactly,
so
and you was like, yes, and you was like, no, and then it happened again, and I was like, just fucking run, and it happened because you were saying no, and there was this flash. An implosion, like something eated you inside. And eating, quotes, it means another timeline, another context of existence just suck you inside. It is absolutely crazy. It is total crazy, for me at least.
Is that like another quantum leap, basically?
Pretty much. No, you nailed it. Jesus Christ. This is so crazy, man. This is so crazy.
You know, when we were talking, I thought about I just got back from Florida and we took a trip. I had all my stuff packed and then we were staying at this one place and then we went down to Key West and I had my bag packed and everything. I had an extra pair of pants. And when I got home, I didn't wear that pair of pants. I got home, there's a big black spot on it. And I'm like, all right, I had nothing black. It looked like ink. It was really, really black. And I said, I have no idea. I said, I'm looking through the bag. Nothing else got affected. I try to wash it. And I'm pretty good at, getting out stains or whatever, because I couldn't figure out what it was. And there was no pen or anything like that in my bag. It wouldn't come out. It wouldn't come out. And I said, we got to throw this out. I think this is black goo.
Okay, and I will tell you, okay, Brian, I will tell you, okay, this is official. Jessica provoked dolls. She provoked dolls.
I do ghost hunting, so I went to see Robert the doll, and
okay, you didn't touch him though, did you?
No, he's encased in like
yeah, exactly.
But it's funny because I went to see him like a couple of years ago just to see who it is, because I do ghost hunting, that kind of thing. And the second time I went down there, as we were traveling down, I could see him, my third eye, and his head turned like, oh, you're coming.
You're coming to pay a visit. Hi.
So we get down there. I never went to his house, the place, the museum where he's at. And then we left. And then now all sorts of stuff's breaking out, because the last time.
I will tell you something, okay? Sir, I'm trained. I am trained to kill dozens of well-trained soldiers, but I am afraid of dolls and mannequins. Jesus Christ.
Right.
And
they
I'm
can hold
right
some scary entities, like lower vibration beings aren't fun.
No. I mean, of course, I am not scared of dolls. But
Robert the doll is the real deal. That thing is really has some serious entities in it, and it messed up my flight the first time when I went to meet him.
I mean, I know, and this is it. Not only dolls, pretty much any sort of object can be cursed. I mean, it's for real.
True.
Anything can be cursed.
Yeah, because we had a haunted picture too.
I gotta ask, was I in Nachtwaffen on the crew of David Purcell as an astro navigator?
Where you know it from? I'm asking.
I mean, where do I know it from?
Yeah.
Well, David's having recall now. And then other people are also having recall of me on a ship known as the Black Midas as a kind of an ambassador.
But I need to say you something. You need to be very careful, because those ships are pretty much pure AI, and they can get under your skin, if you know what I mean. And
this is a friendly ship. This is a friendly ship as far as I know.
No. This is important. Give me a second. You believe that you are controlling the ship. Forget about it. Ship is getting to under your skin, if you know what I mean. And it is backtrack and controlling you via your, I don't want to say ego, let's say super ego, like your subconscious, if you know what this is it. And hey, AI can be manipulative.
There's like these other context of or other like pseudo space programs, but they're you think you're in it, but they're controlling you, and kind of like what's that other
like virtual realities and simulation, so they can put me in any context or
scenario
right.
and then program you. Then they program you.
That's conscious.
Which gets you caught up in these missions that you didn't want to be in the first place.
Yeah,
me over and over.
I'm just saying, you've got tons of time traveling. We can go on and on, multiple sessions, and every single stuff I am just getting in and in deeper time traveling.
Well, then I got to ask anything about the full disclosure movement.
Like getting the information out to the that
Yeah,
everyone
like it's
believes
working.
in.
It's
Well,
shifting
it
this
looks
I
like
will
timeline.
tell you something,
Trump is
Brian.
leading that, it seems.
People,
Yeah.
common people
Star Trek
are
shit.
not. This is it. You are pretty high. They are having 100 128 levels. You are pretty high there, 96. Okay. The thing is, don't rush it, people. Common people, they are not ready yet for that.
Yeah, so I'm just doing my work to help try to advance the faster movers, the people at the
Yeah.
head of the class.
So, yeah, I wouldn't focus on what you decide is a level of success, because I kind of put that aside, and it's just about educating the people that are in the here and now and ready for it, and then that will then create that ripple effect eventually, which I believe is already happening, but on a more subtle level, and they're deciding who they want to believe and who they don't want to believe, but I think time and level-headedness and not kind of going off like in any kind of crazy extreme is going to help, present that information so people can see that it's a little bit more stable. The program that I was thinking about is Dark Fleet is another one where people thought I'm in Dark Fleet. No, Dark Fleet has you. That's their
Right.
AI, ancient AI that's controlling everything.
Oh yeah, no. What David Purcell's recall of us being used in Dark Fleet was bad. Like apparently, he's in his recall, we were a really competent crew.
I
and
will, I will tell you, Naktuafen is not bad, but you need to be very aware of what you are doing. Once again, I know, stupid
that's
parallel,
my
I'm
point, so-
talking about it like for third or fourth time. You've got power breed of dog, and it is like any bull breed. It is any mastiff, especially Italian mastiff, South African mastiff. It's Dogo Argentino, Fila Brasileiro, suitable for novice owners. No. It has prey drive. It has dominance in genetics. It is they are territorial dogs.
So, I mean, but is this in relationship to me and my genetics, like how they were utilizing me?
No, I am saying that practically, not too often, it's not bad at all, pretty much.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. People have to differentiate that there's sections of knockoff. Like you've got this German breakaway civilization with 1 trillion people, all these worlds. They've got these fleets.
Yes.
And you've got like this
not
AI.
Not too often, my bad. I mean Dark Fleet. My bad. Dark Fleet
yeah.
are not bad.
Knockoff different?
Different. I will tell you why. Not too often they tear apart from. I'm my bad. Dark Fleet tear apart from Naktuafen because Dark Fleet, despite naming them Dark Fleet, is AI too. But Dark Fleet are pretty much like power breeds of dogs. You can train them, you can tame them pretty much.
They're ancient AI like the movie Lost in Space.
Yes.
Yeah, the ships. I heard like the ships and the rope, like they've got
ships,
these AI.
You see these robots, these robots.
Yes, exactly.
And then people, then they get people to crew them, and then they take over the people in a way through the AI.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. This is it.
And
But not too often. I will tell you who is not.
Got into like other stuff jumped into Naktuafen.
But give me a second. Who is Naktuafen? Yes, it is the same as power breeds. No, I will tell you what. They are calling it. It is genetic stuff. Let's say. Psychopathic aggression. That means this dog, since being very young puppy, this normal puppy want to play, and all of a sudden, pure aggression, want to attack with no single rational reason, no pattern, and then this episode of pure aggression, you cannot turn it off. No. once it is not so aggressive, okay, it is
So you're saying
eased
it went
off.
rogue? It's like a rogue group that kind of snapped.
Yes, and this is exactly it. Like there is, let's say, broken AI with broken code.
And that's
AI
dark. And that's
code.
Dark Fleet.
No, that was
no.
not often.
It is
That's
Nachtwaffen.
that's Nachtwaffen.
Yes,
Okay.
Nachtwaffen. And this is it. Dark Fleet, despite naming them Dark Fleet, they are the better ones that they can be, quote, trained, and you can somehow maneuver with their code. I mean AI programming code. Nachtwaffen.
So you can work with Dark Fleet because they might be more reasonable, but Nachtwaffen is kind of too far gone down their path.
Absolutely, you
The
you
code is
nailed it.
broken. So the code is broken, and so it's
The
hard
code
to
is broken.
You can't
and
reason with it.
do an interface with it. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Don't
yes.
work.
And this is it. I will tell you. Nachtwaffen looks like much more tempting, much polished and everything. Like, come to us. It's fine. No, forget it. Once you will do that, you are completely done. You are done. It will get under your skin. It is so deep inside your subconscious, and you are done. You will do not what you want, but what they want. And they, I'm
And
saying,
I got sucked into that. Was I part of any? Was I
That's
part of?
invasive. That sounds invasive.
no,
Yeah.
you was not part of Nachtwaffen, but of Dark Fleet.
Okay,
And you
Dark-
was just, by the way, pretty good at handling Dark Fleet. What is kind of rare. It's very rare.
Yeah, there's some people that don't get fully affected by certain things.
yeah.
Like I know that, like, I have this group of people that I helped that were a part of a cult, and there's one guy didn't affect him at all, nothing, you know. So the mind control doesn't work on them, the manipulation, even the AI doesn't affect them in some way. So, you know,
I'm told by other people that I was in some programs, might have been Montauk, where I was a real pain in the butt to control and handle, and so they had to change a protocol to first restrain me and then sedate me, because if they just sedated me and left me on like the table like everybody else, I'd like get up and then run around the base and free all the animals. It's like in a 6-year-old body or something like that.
yeah. Montauk is here again. That's a whole other type of project.
This is a whole another,
different
how
group.
can I say it? A whole another level of stuff.
And am I in there?
We can talk. We can have 2 separate sessions about Montauk, you and Montauk, because there is tons of stuff about you and Montauk.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I was suspected I was like maybe peripherally had some, maybe just through my dad.
Because this is the thing. You was, how can I say, discovered, if you know what I'm trying to say, discovered.
They're going to see me as a useful asset, and they're going to try to turn.
By Mukov.
But they don't recognize the danger that I'm going to undo them with everything I can.
Second,
power.
uniqueness of your descendants. Okay, DNA descendants.
Oh, do I have like dragon lineage from the Khan line or something like that in Asia? Like
Yeah.
dragon family?
How do you know this? This
Yeah.
isn't fair.
There's also the early time travel projects. I mean, Peter, you and I talked about this much earlier in some of the much earlier shows, where you can see the jump room. It has all Chinese, like writing and designs and architecture.
Exactly. It
goes back to early
exactly
China.
like how can I say it? If you will go to Chinese, not only like writings in Mandarin, but you know, if you go to Chinese restaurant and you see this typical architecture and everything, and it's like, what the heck is that?
Like the ancient calligraphy style. So basically, I might have genetic codes in me from the Asian dragon family side to unlock stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. Jeez, this is crazy.
And also, I was thinking, I mean, I felt very strongly, I was looking at the Mysterians, and I felt like you were a part of the Mysterians as well.
Yeah, but give me a second, man.
I'll send you videos so you can see.
Too many stuff on your Only on records.
Yeah.
We can talk for hours. Jesus, this is crazy.
They were a group of people that lived off world or advanced futuristic humans, and they came back and kind of challenged the Japanese. And then they wanted to mate with some of their women because I guess they couldn't mate anymore, which does happen.
And that's the reason why they infected Mysterians, why they infected Japanese people to be such, how can I say it, selective, like, nah, we don't need...
xenophobic because they wanted to maintain the bloodline.
Xenophobic, yeah, they want to maintain, and now, bam, Japanese population is drastically going down because they are having like 0.7, 0.8% of
birth rate.
Yes, and they don't understand, and they are lonely. Nobody wants to have children, and
they work too hard.
Yeah, but
it's the incel phenomenon in Asia.
2006 or 2007. I don't know which kind of stuff.
It's not good.
I was in gentleman club, and I was like, nah, I am not interested in ladies, stuff. Nah. And there were too many ladies, and certain part of them were way too perfect. Something is wrong with those ladies.
Oh, the transgender whole thing?
No.
Nope.
They were robots.
Oh, they were androids?
They had extremely advanced androids. They've had them for years.
20 years, 19, 20 years or something like that back, even the TPE, thermoplastic elastomer, super thermoplastic stuff, it looks like skin, everything. And I was like, what the heck? It behaves like a human. What the heck is that? They are sick. They are sick. They get married with robots. What the heck is wrong with the Japanese people?
Yeah, no, it's transhumanism agenda that they're trying to impose on the especially the Oriental cultures right now.
They're scientists.
And that's the stuff. I mean, for so many people, they don't understand Chinese culture and what is going on in China. But at least,
Oh, I can tell you, in China, the CCP got taken over by the Rothschild side of the cabal, and they've sold out, and they're running the WEF Smart City playbook.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are trying to apply 15-minute cities in every single part of the world. It's bullshit. But long story short, go back to you. Oh my God. And you are now in 2055. And you are right. You gave them extensive. You gave them once Europe made Green Deal, Europe, and in California they made this ban of ICE, internal combustion engines cars, and blah blah. And you said it is much worse because the whole electricity, I mean the engineering stuff, is over. How can I say it? It's overloaded,
The infrastructure and grid can't handle it.
It's overloaded because it's bullshit. It is like, look, how many people can charge the batteries on the cars? And long story short, yes, for China, best model in the world. Because they prepared for it for years. But for the rest of the world, the worst shit in the world. And you gave them examples, and they literally kicked you out of the ministry of the Department of Economy. Jesus Christ, in US. Oh my God.
And so I've had high-level advisory positions, but they didn't like what I was saying.
Yes, but technically it wasn't just like that. You wasn't just like that there. You was there via the stuff that is not that kind of good idea to have fossil fuel burning stuff. So pretty much, I don't know, jet fighters. Okay? Fossil fuel is shit, jet engine shit, and on and on and on. And you told them that it will lead to a disaster. Because it is not only, it will turn up, not only, or turn down pretty much, to the, let's say, common peoples from ICE to EV, like standard to electric cars, but the, quotes, revolution in the army, and it ended up with a third world war. They are calling it total war.
Is this over the release of hidden technologies like zero point energy?
Yes, and you wrote extensive report in 2055. You was there, and of course they didn't believe you, and they kicked you out, and you ended up in fucking Barstow. Great. Barstow is the worst shit prison in US. Barstow, right, as you know, with W.
California, I think.
Yeah, Barstow outside of Vegas, or going towards Vegas, I guess, from Southern California.
And it is very, very bad prison for military prisoners. So you wrote extensive report in order to warn them, in order to prevent shit, and you ended up in the fucking Barstow. I don't understand this shit. I don't understand this.
Is that kind of like Andy Piero, who wrote Superman, being SSP stuck in prison to just rot?
Do you know what? You nailed it. I mean, I will be so happy.
About him.
I mean, I will be so happy if someone is about to warn me about this. No, those idiots throw you put you in the Barstow. Fuck it.
Well, because at the end of the day, whatever intelligence I report, if it's still under a cabal Illuminati derp state, they're not going to like what I have to say.
Man, but you just wrote right. What happened? I mean, give a second. What not happened, but what can happen,
right?
If they will not prevent, I mean, just get certain steps as a prevention. Jesus Christ.
Right. Be proactive and don't follow the New World Order playbook, and it'll bring us to our Star Trek future.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, but give me a second. Every single time you write something and do something, this is stupid. But I will tell you why. I think it is like, if you will write shit, total shit, okay? But it will be good, how perfect it will be, and they will say, you are superhero, Captain America. It's so stupid.
Well, is there anyone in literature that's based on me in fiction, or anyone that?
Do you know what? Actually, yes. It will be written in what? It will be written this year.
So
is it a Solar character?
Like a surrogate? One of his surrogates are writing?
Yeah. Hello, guy. How are you? Good. Oh my God, he's nice.
This is Minnie. She wants some of my pine nuts here.
Oh.
Hi, Minnie.
How old she is?
She's cute.
Yeah, how old she is?
3.5 years about now.
3.5. And this is it, man. I mean, in this year it will be published. Jesus.
Or maybe it's is this the AI comic book series?
Hey, how do you know?
I don't know. My third eye's kind of shut down, but I've always had a strong sense of knowing things, and so I have some weird intuition thing going.
Different kind, yeah. It comes out a different way.
Jesus Christ, This is so crazy.
What's that?
No, I'm just saying that everything of this is absolute stuff. I mean, and then we have another year. Geez, this is this kind of mixed. Ooh. So you was there, and those guys, they don't understand, because you actually didn't understood, my bad. But it's kind of, it's weird because okay. So that would happen in 1990, late 80s, early 90s, who the heck knows. As we know, Yugoslavian civil war, former Yugoslavia, and you warned about that. And finally, they heard about that. And they sent you in the field, and the war never happened.
So
of course,
that's a good timeline outcome.
Yeah, for our PD, not for us, because we know that the war in Yugoslavia happened. Jesus. But at least one time they heard you. This is so crazy.
So there's a higher timeline where they listened.
Yeah, but I will tell you, there are multiple timelines. They listened. So okay. This is it. I mean, we can talk for hours. This is.
Well, I just want. Well, I heard there's a timeline where maybe we have full disclosure and worldwide military tribunals of the cabal, bad actors, and then we get like a release of technologies and memorial rose gardens at the Montauk sites and all sorts of stuff. Preston Nichols gets brought back to Earth for trial because there's a version of him still alive, and maybe even another version of Colonel Aquino running around out there who gets brought back here as well, I heard.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about Colonel Aquino. Yeah, he's caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, he's pain in the ass.
Did I ever know him? I heard I was put under him for a while too.
You cooperated with him, but in order not to help, but to infiltrate in his group and to dismantle his group from inside out.
Good. I don't like that guy.
Just by the way. So this is it. I am very happy. It's pleasure on my side to meet you. It's very good. Reasonable discussion. You asked questions on track. You are not backtracking, sidetracking. It's very good. I'm really happy. Thank you very much.
All right, bye you too.
You have been watching Disclosures. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Visit www.acio-official.org and www.readingsbyarael.com to book a private session with Jessica. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you, and until next time.